Jai Shri
Jai Shri
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you for joining us. And this time it would be great if you could share with us the instruments that we have, the tantra we have within, and that Shri Mataji has awakened in us and all the deities. If you could please elaborate what Shri Mataji has told you personally, um, and share with us all, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much for giving me this opportunity again. Now, we after we had lots of experiences with Sri Mataji, which allowed us to go deep within ourselves to really understand ourselves and understand, not I wouldn't say understand, realize Sri Mataji in our body, trying to realize who she was, and really the her divine nature and our divine nature and our part in that. Now, after 2011, Sri Mataji, she was physically not with us. And uh, in 2008, Sri Mataji said that you make a group of 3, 4 persons and you make, work on each other, thing like that. So we have here in Europe made a small group wherein we share our experiences. And then we realized that, of course, we have got lots of other powers. Srimati talk about the powers of Sahajogi's body 1980, but then the other things like we can give realization, we can control the elements and other things. But physically, we realize that we have got three basic instruments which Mataji has awakened within us. First is obviously the Kundalini. Second is the vibrations, and third is the Sahasrara. Out of which the Sahasrara is the real best, because the Sahasrara, when we feel the vibrations on Sahasrara, that could never go wrong, because Sahasrara is the Satya Khanda. Sri Mataji said this in uh, what is Sahasrara 1983 Delhi. And it's the Sahasrara in the modern times is the Sahasrara is the only instrument which will work out Sahaja Yoga. And Sahasrara Puja 1991, Sri Mataji mentioned that it's only through Sahasrara that we can, it takes you above all the ignorance, the self-imposed ignorance, Sri Mataji says, 1991. And it gives us our the realization how our of our own divinity. Srimati says, unless until you know that you are a divine person, who worships me is a blind person. 1991 Saturday Puja. So these kind of things we realized, and there were some experiences. I'll just give very quickly one or two of each one. That, like for example, once one Sahajogi out of us four, his son wanted to have this second year master's admission. First year master was very good, but in the beginning of the university, he had 2, 3 years were gone and all that. So they had this interview for the second year, and for first year they had something like, I don't know, something like 180 people, and then the students, and second year just 30, something like that. So it was quite a tough choice. So he did not get his appointment later, and he was very disappointed. And so we said next day, at least you go. Don't worry about that. Even if you don't have the appointment letter, just go. Because so he went, and the father was quite upset. He said if he doesn't get it finished, he can't do anything else, and it will sort of a life very much sort of wasted from his academic point of view. And he just went in front of Sri Mataji, and he just put his hand in front of Sri Mataji, and he did not pray, he did not put bandhan, he did not do anything, nothing. And just when he put the hand in front of Sri Mataji, he felt such a lot of vibrations coming out of the photo. and on his head it was like a big cool crown on his head, and he really sat in meditation for quite some time. And he knew for certain that if I feel the vibrations on the head, there's no problem. In the afternoon, he said that I was allowed to go in, and others were stayed in for 3 4 minutes, and I was there for 10 minutes. When by the evening he got his result that he could, he got through. And so how Sri Mataji, she's not only redeemed us, but she comforts us, she counsels us. So this was the comforting. And the counseling is that our house got burnt, and there was a insurance, the insurance people, they came, and then there was fellow who was engineer. He was to take care of all the things, relation between the building and the construction and the insurance, because he has to be very specialized in building materials and things like that. So when he started talking, suddenly I felt the vibrations on my sahasrara, and so I said, oh, this is what he's saying is true, and it's because it's a Satyakhand, and this fellow will help us. And really, it was quite a good help, and he was very helpful right from the beginning, and he could do a lot of help for us. Also, while one of the yogis, his daughter-in-law was pregnant, and she had pains, and she had to go hospital 2 or 3 months before. The son started crying, and he said, now we are going to lose the baby. So suddenly the father was there, and he felt the vibrations on Sahasrara. He said, now no problem. There will no problem. And of course, it was a premature baby, but everything went on very, very well, and everything. So how Sri Mataji comforts us, she counsels us through Sahasrara. Now the second one is, of course, our Kundalini. About Kundalini, also the same thing. One of the Yogis had to go to some place to give a talk in a seminar, and he was having a vertigo problems, and he could not even driving was there 3 4 hours. He said, "Okay, my wife will come." And last minute, his wife had a very bad infection, and she could not come. He said, "Okay, I will go." But what happened was 3 4 months before, every time he used to think of this seminar, his Kundalini came up. And he said, my Kundalini has come up, it cannot go wrong. And he drove for these 2 3 hours. He had even COVID, but he told Srimati, just give me 1 hour, no coughing. He was coughing quite a lot. No coughing, nothing. And the whole thing was changed, and he had good, it was quite a good seminar. And he came back. So how the Sahasrara, the Kundalini gives us also the 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 indication. And this Kundalini we can even raise with our attention. Like when you have any problem, just raise it. If you can do it with attention, Sri Mataji has done that in several public programs, especially in the West. And she shows that in first day, one day before the Sahasrara Day Puja 85 in Vienna, and also the 6th of February 85. It was our marriage day in Bordi. So she showed how she does like this, and she raises her own Kundalini. Hmm. So if we are able to do that, it's a practice, abhyas. If we are able to do that, we can do that in any circumstances. Just a couple of examples. One fellow who had to go and talk about Sahaja Yoga in the evening, and the whole day he had a very, very difficult day. Not only that, he was insulted, he was almost manhandled, and really had a very depressive day. And he said, I cannot go with this face and talk in front of people. And he did not even have time to go home, food soak or anything. And but he suddenly remembered that he has to raise his Kundalini. And the train, the bus was full of people. And he raised his Kundalini with his attention again and again and again and again till he went to the hall. And when he went to the hall, he could really feel vibrations on his sahasrara. He talked very nicely and everything went on very, very well. So the Kundalini sort of takes over. Also, another time I was that our Yogi was put out of work and he suddenly remembered that I have to raise my Kundalini. He came, he was just told, there were about 10 people in the company. Out of 15, 10 were put off. So the director just told that in 15 days a month finished, your job is gone. So everybody was sort of unhappy, and he just came to his desk, raised his Kundalini again and again, felt the vibration. It's the first time he did that, and he felt the vibrations on the head and the hand. And then he came out, everybody was, like very sorrowful face, and he was not joyful, but at least he was taken out of the place, out of this incident. So people even asked him, "Did you understand?" He said, "Yes, yes, I understood." Said, "But it doesn't look on your face. So how Sri Mataji, she just takes you away from that situation. So that's the Kundalini. And third, as I said, the vibrations. Vibrations, obviously, we use quite a lot, especially for putting bandhans. And those vibrations also we can. I just it's a bit different. There's a book called Experiential Treatise by Mr. Phadke, and I had a good honor of meeting him in Bombay. Of course, now he's no more there. But Sri Mataji told him to write a book, and he wrote a book. She insisted he should write, and I would really suggest all Sahajogis to read about the vibrations, how he experienced all the things, and Sri Mataji was there, of course, to help him, to tell him about death, about 13th day, about lots of things in that book is there. So you can read about that. So these vibrations, how when we put the bandhan, we can literally see what could the vibrations talk with us. So when you put the vibrations, if you are able to put, all these are experiences we have to experience. When you go in front of Sri Mataji, just put a bandhan and don't put a condition. Sri Mataji, that person is not well, I put a bandhan, so she should be well. No. When you put a condition, it's like a contract. I put a bandhan, things should work. No. Is that I put a bandhan for me or for others because that person is in distress, I am in distress, and let me be in thoughtlessness. And I am putting that problem at your lotus feet, and I leave it to you to solve it at your convenience, whether as you want, when you want, and if you want. So we do. It's not like in India they go to say, Sri Ganesha, give me a son, I give you 108 rupees. It's a contract. It's not a surrender. So when we put the bandhan, we can literally feel the vibrations coming in. Sometimes there was no vibrations. When a lady told me in India, he said, Avdhut, can you put my father? He's in the ICU. So I said, oh, everything will be fine. And suddenly when I put bandhan, no vibrations. And I was quite worried. I put bandhan for quite some time, but still no vibrations. And I told her, just leave it to Sri Mataji and see what happens. Of course, in 1 hour, he expired. So the vibrations is like a recorded delivery. I feel that we should try to, this is abhyas. We have to inculcate these kind of things. When we go to the seminars, we remain in thoughtlessness, and those things we can really go through. So these are the three instruments we feel that we should. It's like, we call 3G, 4G, 5G about this. So ours is Sri Mataji. So it's really, I think so. It's the future. We can really feel each one of us, and you don't have to say about it. You can really put, and we can work it out. Thank you very much for giving me this
Uh,
opportunity to share.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this. Could you please briefly remind us the time, the year when these three incidents happened? The
Which?
The
These
friend.
things happened after 2011. I cannot tell you exact the.
Ah, so
These
they're
are the
pretty
things.
recent,
Yes, these
so-called.
three instruments we sort of experimented when we thought that Sri Mataji physically is not there. What
Yeah.
Sri Mataji has given us and how we can use them. So we talked between us and we share our experiences. So these are the experiences. Because Sri Mataji, yes, she was there, she did. Now, physically, she is not there. But what is there with us for us is that the only the loudspeaker is gone, voice is
Yes.
gone, but the other things are all there. The vibrations are there, everything is there, exactly as it is. You have to
Yeah.
just sort of harness,
Yeah.
get connected. Thank you very
Absolutely.
much. Jai
Thank
Shri
you
Ram.
so much for joining us. Thank you
Yes,
very much and
thank you.
sharing the
Thank you very much.
experiences with
Bye bye.
Shri Mataji yourself. Jai Shri Mataji again and
Jai
again.
Shri Ram.
Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.